following is a presentation of the Pro Wrestling Report. Informative, entertaining, and real since 1998.
Welcome to the 2013 Wrestling Awards, honoring the best in pro wrestling as voted on by you, the fans. Tonight we'll be sharing with you the winners in each category, and Damien and David will give you their thoughts on each nominee and your selected winners. So without further ado, let's kick off the 2013 Wrestling Awards.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wrestling Awards, the 2013 edition of the Wrestling Awards on our first broadcast of 2014. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Octavius Tiberius, the alleged Backyard One-Time Knockouts Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Who dressed up this week. Look at you.
I got my tie on.
Fancy schmancy.
Yes.
So I shall just call you Seuss for the rest of the episode.
Seuss?
Dr. Seuss.
Sure. He's a multi-gazillionaire.
Shouldn't you be wearing a hat?
No, I don't wear hats.
Is there a cat up there?
A what?
Green
a
eggs.
Cat? No.
Ham.
No.
What we do this week, ladies and gentlemen, is we go back and take a look at the best in professional wrestling from 2013 as you have voted. Linda's going to share with us the nominees and the winners, but before we do that, let's talk a little bit about tag team wrestling in 2013, David Hero.
You love tag teaming.
Whoop, there it is. Tag teams. Current tag team champions in WWE, Cody Rhodes, Goldust.
Yes.
WWE has emerged as the top tag team organization.
They have a lot of talents.
From some couple of years ago where they were the most pathetic. Actually, earlier this year, their tag team division was rather non-existent. What a leap they have made when you look at teams such as the Usos. You've obviously got the Wyatts, you've got the Shields, you've got Ray and Big Show teaming up. The Real Americans. Primetime players. You've got so many tag teams now in WWE. Why do you think they put forth so much effort to get back into what seemed to be a lost art, that being tag team wrestling?
Because there's still money in tag team wrestling. I mean, back in the 80s and even in the early to late 90s, the main events were usually the tag team matches. You've had the Bulldogs against the Hearts. You had the Hardys against Edge and Christian. Those were the matches that would steal the show. And that's what now they're trying to rebuild again, is by building solid tag teams that can eventually become main events.
Do you think that could happen? You sat here on this program
one
time back when the tag team divisions were jokes.
Oh, it was terrible.
Said that there was no chance that would ever happen.
There was no chance, but that was before guys like the Real Americans and the Shield and the Wyatts came along, and they kind of changed things up where they are very athletic, strong, blue chipper tag teams that can definitely become a difference maker.
So the days of Demolition, the Road Warriors, the fabulous Rougeau brothers,
those days will never happen again. But right now,
the Orient Express, Strike Force.
Don't say the Orient Express, because Kato and Tanaka were not that good. But you know, when you have the Rockers, and there were so many good tag teams, but that's also when wrestling was a land of giants.
Ah, yes, and those tag teams were all small.
More athletic, yes.
Interesting. Every now and again, you mean something.
I mean a lot.
Let's go to Linda now, who's going to tell us about the nominees and who you selected as the winner for Tag Team of the Year.
The nominees for the 2013 Tag Team of the Year are Bad Influence, Cody Rhodes and Goldust, The Bromans, and The Shield. And the winner of the Wrestling Award is The Shield.
Well, thank you, Linda. The Shield, no surprise there, David Hero. Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, the 2013 Tag Team of the Year.
A little bit of a surprise for me. I would have gone with the Brodeses because they beat the Tag Team of the Year for the gold over for the big bronze pennies.
Very true, and it was actually last December that December 2012 that the Shield had their very first match. Maybe Cody and Goldust are too new.
They could be. I mean, the Shield has been solid. They've been a main event player pretty much since the inception of being on Raw and SmackDown. They've done everything that's been asked of them, but the Rhodes have been on fire. They have brought out some of the best tag team wrestling out of the Shield, out of the Usos, out of the Real Americans. Cody Rhodes and Goldust specifically has taught those matches some theory.
The order of votes, ladies and gentlemen, the Shield, of course, winning Wrestler Tag Team of the Year. Followed very closely, though, in second place by the Rhodes Brothers.
As well they should be.
Rounding out the rest of the voting, Bad Influence, placing surprisingly high. Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. Not that they're bad, but because they, of course, are from TNA Impact Wrestling, and many times when you put them in a category with WWE stars, there is no contest.
Well, let's look at number 4. That's shocking.
The tag team champions in TNA Impact Wrestling right now, the Bromans.
Very entertaining tag team.
It's good to be a part of the tag team wrestling world right now, because it is very exciting, and hopefully it continues through the rest of this year. But now it's time to talk about the Breakout Wrestler of the Year, the Breakout Star of the Year, David Hero. Some questions on this category due to some of the nominees in this category. What is a Breakout Star? This is not the best new talent. This is not the Rookie of the Year. This is the star, the talent, the person who broke out, who became significant in 2013.
Out of nowhere.
Either could have been wrestling for a dozen years and all of a sudden became TNA World Heavyweight Champion, or a person who simply did come onto the field as new, but did so with a big splash. So as you think about those people, and of course you know the nominees, who of those breakout stars in 2013 stick out in your head? We saw debuts of people such as Big E Langston, Curtis Axel. We saw EC3, Ethan Carter III, over in TNA Impact Wrestling. We've seen Lady Tapa in Impact Wrestling as well. So many great talents coming into the fold in 2013. If this were to be Rookie of the Year or Break-In Star of the Year, who would you go with?
I like EC3.
Really? You're real high on him.
He's got a great look. I think he has the right build around him. I think the kid has potential that couldn't be tapped when he was in WWE because there were so many other bigger-than-life stars already there. I think EC3 has a chance. It's hard to say because in WWE, they start and stop so many guys.
Yeah.
They don't get the opportunity to become a breakout star. They might get to be a quarter star or a half a breakout star, but never the full breakout star.
Well, the breakout star nominees, the list is extensive for 2013. So let's now give it over to, or take it back over to Linda Kay, who's got the nominees and the person you selected as the breakout star of 2013.
The nominees for the 2013 Breakout Star of the Year are Curtis Axel, Bully Ray, Antonio Cesaro, Ethan Carter, Fandango, Goldust, Mark Henry, Cody Rhodes, Ryback, Damian Sandow, and The Shield. And the winner of the Wrestling Award is The Shield.
Well, I guess the first two categories go to the same three people. The Shield voted the breakout stars of the year.
Bully Ray had a great year, too.
Bully Ray had probably his best year ever. If not his best year ever, definitely his best year since his ECW.
And, I know everyone went to our Facebook page, and that's where they voted, and a lot of the online internet wrestling fans love The Shield. Don't like Bully Ray quite so much. I think they made a mistake. I think Bully Ray was a true breakout star. He's the guy that took TNA, put that company on his shoulders, and he went forward. And he beat people up. And he was a believable heel.
Believable.
The Shield, very good at what they were doing. Got a great reaction from the crowd. I don't know if they were the breakout stars. I'll give them Tag Team of the Year, but not breakout stars.
Well, they did indeed win, of course, according to the fan voting. Let's talk about some of the other placers in this race, if you will. Coming in second place, Antonio Cesaro, David Hero, actually.
Well, it's because of the Cesaro Spinneroonie gimmick thing that he does. But, he's a great talent also, but he hasn't done a whole lot to become breakout either.
Bully Ray coming in third, followed by Damian Sandow.
I can see that.
Man who had the Money in the Bank briefcase this past year.
Damian Sandow catches in Money in the Bank. He's breakout star.
The categories continue, ladies and gentlemen, here on a very special edition of the Pro Wrestling Report on My 24 Milwaukee. It's the Wrestling Awards, actually. We just got done talking about Breakout Star of the Year. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Female Wrestler of the Year. We've also got the Faction of the Year, and of course, the very coveted prize of Wrestler of the Year. All that and more still to come here on the Pro Wrestling Report. Primetime special edition.
Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. PWR is coming for a huge Royal Rumble kickoff party featuring Big Sexy Kevin Nash. That's right, the night before the WWE Royal Rumble in Pittsburgh, come to PWR's kickoff party featuring all kinds of shenanigans and big sexy Kevin Nash. Tickets available right now at PWRshow.com. PWRshow.com, the Royal Rumble kickoff party comes to Pittsburgh.
Welcome to the PWR Event Center, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Minneapolis, get ready to experience WWE Elimination Chamber in a whole new way. Join the PWR team in a private suite at the Target Center and watch the February pay-per-view in style. Tickets are available now at PWRshow.com. WWE SmackDown returns to Milwaukee on February 25th, and tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. PWR and CSR are teaming up with Dynamic D to bring you the Royal Rumble kickoff party hosted by big sexy Kevin Nash at Latitude 40 in Pittsburgh. This will also serve as the official ROH after party following their big event that same night. Tickets and details are available now at PWRshow.com. That's it for this week's Event Center presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Milwaukee. On Tuesday, February 25th, WWE returns for the first time in 2014 with a huge WWE SmackDown. See all your favorite superstars live, including John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Alberto Del Rio, the Deranged Wyatt family, the Hounds of Justice, The Shield, and many more. WWE SmackDown live in Milwaukee, Tuesday, February 25th. Tickets are available. WWE, the best value in entertainment.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time for January 4, 2014.
It doesn't feel like 2014, does it? I can't believe it.
I mean, it is.
I know, but it just, my good God Almighty, the time
How was New Year's in
I wasn't in Poughkeepsie for New Year's.
Oh, I'm sorry. How was New Year's in Lowell, Massachusetts?
I wasn't in Lowell I was back home. Cal and I
You didn't come to the PWR New Year's party.
Absolutely
Linda was
not.
hosting it. Meathead was there. Frank was there.
Yes, and I had no desire to sit with Meathead, okay?
Angel Armani was there.
Another reason why I did not want to be there.
I had a great time in Vegas, by the way.
I know, you weren't even there anyhow.
I mean, I wasn't there. You saw the pictures.
In Vegas?
Yeah, I was on top of the stratosphere.
I thought those were
Not to prove anything to you, Dr. Seuss.
I thought those were photoshopped.
It's the 2014-13 Wrestling Awards.
It's 14.
And it's time to talk about Female Wrestler of the Year.
Please.
And there are a few times where there is a standout star in female wrestling. Look back to Trish Stratus, obviously
Lita.
the fabulous Moolah, obviously Lita, sensational Sherry Martel.
Wendy Richter.
Wendy Richter. And then you've got Big Bad Mama.
Who?
Lady Godiva.
Who? Mount Fiji.
Ah, yes. But really, you leap from Trish Stratus
And Connie Armani was scary.
to Karma to AJ Lee, who
Yes.
really, truly is got to
Yes.
be the best female wrestler out there today, if not just for her wrestling skills, but for her
AJ Lee
overall ability as
is
a
a
character.
great character. I don't know about the best wrestler, great character.
Much like a John Cena, much
Yes.
like a Hulk Hogan,
Hulk Hogan, one of the greatest of all time.
but not in the ring.
Of course he was. Who drew more money than Hulk Hogan?
Wrestler. Professional
How
wrestler.
many more main events was
That
he
is so
in?
contradictive to what you just said about AJ Lee.
Hulk Hogan was a wrestler's wrestler. He body slammed Andre the Giant. AJ Lee ever body slam Andre the Giant?
You are crazy. You are crazy. Do you realize you're saying opposite of what you just said?
I forgot where we are.
Linda, please let us know who the nominees are for Female Wrestler of the Year.
Linda?
The nominees for the 2013 Female Wrestler of the Year are AJ Lee, The Bellas, Eva Marie, Mickie James, Summer Rae. And the winner of the Wrestling Award is AJ Lee.
And while not very surprising, AJ Lee is the Female Wrestler of the Year as voted on by the fans out there.
AJ Lee is the most polarizing female diva knockout wrestler we've had in quite some time. She makes you want to watch and tune in and see what crazy kabuki nonsense she's going to do next.
Yep.
And her promos are spot on, almost like she believes what she's saying.
She's one of the best promo people in the business.
She is.
Not just in female wrestling, in the business.
Absolutely freaking nuts, and I think that's how it portrays across to the camera. And
You just called her crazy.
yeah, everyone else has. She is one of the very few women where guys are wearing her T-shirt.
Wow. Has that ever happened before? China. We forgot China earlier, by the way.
Not in a long time.
Wow. Do you own an AJ Lee T-shirt?
Absolutely not.
Crazy. What does it say?
I don't know. No, I don't. I saw Linda skip around with that T-shirt on one time, though.
Coming up in the voting next was Brie Bella specifically.
You notice that AJ and Brie are both on Team Super Friends?
No, I
The
didn't
top
notice at
two.
all.
Top two.
And also from TNA Impact Wrestling, another person who had a standout year, Mickie James. And by the way, that was unfair because Trish Stratus probably wouldn't have been as good as she was if not for Mickie James.
I don't know about that.
Great match, WrestleMania 22. Do you remember that?
It was a great match at WrestleMania 22, but
Mickie taught Trish a lot.
they both, but Trish had the fire and desire to become great.
She did.
Yes.
But Mickie had the fire and
But
desire
she
to already
also
be a great wrestler.
worked with Mickie. She worked with Victoria. She worked with
Another good
Lita.
point. Yep.
She worked with strong divas.
She did.
It's a different story right
She worked
now.
with strong female wrestlers who were divas.
Yes.
That's a
weren't-
difference.
that weren't
They're now
bikini models
divas who are
first.
becoming female wrestlers,
Yes.
of which AJ is not.
Okay, don't get hot.
Just explaining
Pump
for
the brakes, kid.
benefit of those with flash photography at home. And speaking of benefits, we talked a couple of weeks ago about a faction and the reason for a faction to exist, which is generally for either one or more stars to benefit ultimately from being in that faction. We don't have many of them this year, but there are some strong ones, and three very, very strong ones. One of them in TNA Impact Wrestling, which really was the guiding force for most of their year's planning and booking. Then over in WWE, the two-time already winners, The Shield, and then lately introduced the Wyatts. Now, you could say that Wyatt isn't the authority or any other faction, if you will, in this. These are about wrestling factions who can make an impact. And gone are the days where there were so many more factions, and you look back in the history books, the Horsemen, Evolution,
The Legion
the
of
Heenan
Doom,
family,
the NWO,
the Legion
the
of Doom.
Hart
you got it,
Foundation
yes.
before they were the tag team.
Which NWO are you talking about? Wolfpack, Latino World Order,
No.
BWO?
The original NWO.
Well, factions are important, and let's find out now from Linda who the nominees were for the Faction of the Year and who you selected as the winner. Linda, take it away.
The nominees for the 2013 Faction of the Year are Aces and Eights, The Shield, the Wyatt family, and the winner of the Wrestling Award is The Shield.
Well, I guess, again, no surprise there. However, I don't know if anyone's ever won 3 awards in one night here on the Pro Wrestling Report, back when it was the Honors, or this year here at the Wrestling
I disagree.
Awards.
The biggest faction in all of wrestling in the last year, one that changed the most, that changed the landscape of their company, was Aces and Eights.
True.
They may not have been the biggest stars, they may not have been the best wrestlers, but they hijacked TV every week, and they were main event players. Yes, the Shield was involved, and they won big matches, and they won the tag team and the U.S. titles. But overall, as an appearance, I think Aces and Eights was the better faction.
I'd have to give you that.
Yeah, you have to.
However, the Shield aligned with the Authority, or at least they were in recent and past
okay,
weeks.
sure.
They were the henchmen, if you will, for Triple H and Stephanie.
Yes, they were.
What about the Wyatts, the Wyatt family?
That's a family. That can't be a faction.
The Heenan family was a faction.
But no, they weren't. They weren't all related. The Wyatts are all Wyatts. The Heenan family was a family of monsters. You had Bundy and Stud and Hercules and
Andre the
Rick
Giant
Rude
for a time?
and Kenny Patera, Andre the Giant. Bobby Heenan was he was the man.
Well, congratulations to the Shield, 3-time winners here in the Wrestling Awards tonight. Will they win again? Well, we do have one more category.
They
That is
can't win the
Wrestler
next one of the
year, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we will share with you who you voted as the 2013 Wrestler of the Year.
Milwaukee. On Tuesday, February 25th, WWE returns for the first time in 2014 with a huge WWE SmackDown. See all your favorite superstars live, including John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Alberto Del Rio, the Deranged Wyatt family, the Hounds of Justice, The Shield, and many more. WWE SmackDown live in Milwaukee, Tuesday, February 25th. Tickets are available. WWE, the best value in entertainment.
Share your comments on tonight's winners by following along on Twitter using the hashtag PWRTV, and Damien and Dave will interact with you during the broadcast. Coming up after the break, we announce the 2013 Wrestler of the Year and the first winner of 2 tickets to WWE SmackDown in February.
I went on down to the Audubon Zoo and they all asked for you. They all asked for you. Well, they even inquired about you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime Saturday night. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Hero, and it's the 2013 Wrestling Awards, the best of the best. Let's go over the winners so far tonight, David Hero, and we started off.
There's only been one winner so far tonight.
We kicked it off with the Tag Team of the Year and the Shield winning that category. Well, that would be the first of their multiple wins tonight, as the Shield would also win the Breakout Star of the Year category, followed by the Female Wrestler of the Year category, which was won by a very deserving AJ Lee. Faction of the Year going to the Shield, and now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to tell you who you voted as the 2013 Wrestler of the Year, the best wrestler in the wrestling business. So many nominees. Quite frankly, everybody could be a nominee in this category.
Not everybody. Those
Are you saying there's a bad wrestler
yes,
right now?
Who are those 2 nerds in TNA? Norv Ferdman and Billy Crudman? What are their names?
No idea.
Yeah. Yeah, those 2 nerds they got on there.
Keeps beating?
Yes.
Okay, well, they may not deserve to be.
Norv Ferdman and Ron Sykowski do not deserve to get Wrestler of the Year votes for anything.
You're probably right, but in general, any name people know in professional wrestling could be on this list. You talk about TNA, talk about WWE, talk about Ring of Honor, they all qualify.
Hornswoggle doesn't. He hasn't had a match in forever.
You're obtuse. You realize this, right? You're just being obtuse.
Are you calling me fat?
Let's go to Linda now and take what is the highest honor of the night that he's just made a complete joke of, and find out who the nominees are for Wrestler of the Year and who you selected as the winner. Linda, please share.
Congratulations to the first winner of 2 tickets to WWE SmackDown, coming to the BMO Harris Bradley Center on February 25th for participating in the voting for the Wrestling Awards, Mark Stefanik. You will have a chance to win starting next week right here on Primetime. The nominees for the 2013 Wrestler of the Year are Daniel Bryan, Bully Ray, John Cena, Randy Orton, CM Punk, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler. And the winner of the Wrestling Award is Daniel Bryan.
Wow, well, the same man who won the Slammy of the Year for Superstar of the Year, the Slammy for Superstar of the Year, Daniel Bryan, was selected by all y'all as the 2013 Wrestler of the Year.
What did Daniel Bryan do this year?
Well, he's a former WWE champion.
Okay, for one night.
For World Heavyweight Champion. I don't remember
for
which
one
one it
night.
Was. Okay, he's got probably the most rabid fan following.
Okay, but what were his big? What were his big? Did he win the Royal Rumble this year?
He did not.
No. Did he win the main event at WrestleMania this year? No.
He did not.
Did he beat CM Punk? Did he beat Ryback? Did he beat Mark Henry by submission?
He beat Randy Orton. He beat John Cena.
He did not really beat Randy Orton. It doesn't show that. Yes, he did beat John Cena. John Cena is the wrestler of the year. If he wasn't the wrestler of the year, he wouldn't have been brought back so fast from injury.
This category is wrestler of the year.
Yes.
This is not superstar of the year. This is not entertainer of the year. This is wrestler of the year.
Victories have point values. You can win all the mid-card matches you want. Congratulations, that's fantastic. I want to win the main events where you're getting paid. And that's what John Cena has done all year long. He's won main event match after main event match. Yes, he did lose to Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam, kind of passing the torch for the injury. And then he lost to Randy Orton. So he lost two matches this year. Right, basically? I think the fans made a mistake. I think you may dislike John Cena. You may think he sucks. You might want to just have the three-letter word yes and chant that all night long. But at the end of the day, John Cena was the best wrestler of 2013.
Do you think that the results of this polling are a result of a hate vote?
No, it's different fans because it's online voting. And let's face it, the kids that cheered John Cena maybe didn't vote for John Cena. It's the online fans, it's the internet fans.
How do you have to be on Facebook?
I don't know. I'm old enough. We should ask Cal.
Daniel Bryan came in first place. However, it's unique. This is the first category where we had ties, ladies and gentlemen. Rounding out number 2, tied CM Punk, not surprisingly, and Bully Ray, actually. I'm impressed that the audience gave the proper props, if you will, to Bully Ray for all the reasons we talked about earlier.
And then John Cena's not even in the top 4 or 5.
He is not.
That's the amazing thing, because then you have Randy Orton and AJ Styles.
Yeah, another tie for third place.
And none of them have beat The Rock. I'm just saying. Daniel
Bryan is the 2013 Professional Wrestler of the Year, according to many wrestling fans, but not this one, David Hero, ladies.
I'm a wrestling opinionist.
And we want to thank you for participating in the voting. We want to congratulate Mark.
We got to change the voting next year. They're wrong.
Winning the SmackDown tickets. Tune in next week as the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime will be back with an all-new episode and more tickets to WWE SmackDown in Milwaukee. Don't forget, in just a couple of weeks, we're going to be in Pittsburgh for the Royal Rumble. And you can join us at that big party with Kevin Nash to kick off the night before. It's a Ring of Honor after party.
It's going to be
all the Ring of Honor stars are going to be there, along with Big Sexy Kevin Nash. Don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Limited tickets available at pwrshow.com. For that one, ladies and gentlemen, this is Damian Nelson saying thank you so much, and we'll see you next week right here on PWR Primetime Saturday night.